Okay, we got a 2014 Ford Focus, and we got an engine mount that's leaking right here. Let me see if I can move in there so you can see better. But these factory mounts are oil filled, makes them smoother and so forth. And this one is leaking, and I noticed that there was steam coming out of here today. And I poked around, and yeah, this is all wet. It's oil. So went to AutoZone, got a new one, $45. You can get it much cheaper online, but I didn't feel like paying for shipping, and I have today off, and I just want to get it done. The fact that they had this in stock really surprised me, and strongly suggests that this is a common wear-out item. Of course, they probably use this particular mount on a lot of Ford vehicles. But anyway, what we're going to do, we're going to replace it. Now, taking a quick inventory here, we got the two bolts that hold it to the engine, and then we have this bracket, and then holds it to the chassis. There's a bolt on that side and a bolt back there. Strangely, Ford only sells this part as a complete unit, bracket plus mount, at $114. Now that's kind of crazy, because this is, this is solid, this is steel or aluminum. The only time that's ever going to break is, a million miles, or you get into a car accident and it gets cracked. Why they force you to buy the whole part, both parts, I don't know. But you can't just take this out. Okay, if you separate this, the engine is going to fall down. Won't go too far, but yeah, it's not a good thing. It's going to put a lot of pressure on hoses and things like that. So you're going to need to put a jack underneath the engine. There's a splash shield under there that you may have to take off. I'm going to see if I can do it without taking the splash shield off by putting a piece of 2x4 between the oil pan and the splash shield, and then putting a little jack on there. Because taking the splash shields off is kind of a pain in the ass. Anyway, I'll see what I get, and then I'll resume my video from there. Okay, so all I did was use a piece of wood, and basically at the bottom of the engine on the side you're working on, there is the air conditioner compressor, and there's you can't really see it right there. There's a nice strong plate right there. That's just the plate. Protect the air conditioner. So I just put a piece of wood up against that and snugged it up a little bit, and that's all you're going to need. That's more than strong enough to hold the engine. So this will keep the engine from falling down when you take the bracket off from the top. Okay, first, these are 18s, and you want to start loosening these first, because as you loosen these, you will see the engine begin to travel down until it fully engages that jack. If the engine is continuing to travel with each turn and not stopping, you have not braced it correctly. But this is the safest way to gauge how things are going. Make sure you do a little on each one at a time and go from there. Okay, once those guys are out of there, again, observe the space. Hold on. Observe that space. Put a pry bar in there. Just verify there's nothing crazy going on. The engine doesn't just drop. Again, safety. Now, you'll start taking those guys out, one on each side, and that should allow you to lift this guy out. I'm not sure if this is going to be in my way or not, or whether I'm going to be able to wiggle around it. Okay, with a little wiggling, this guy wiggles. There's no bolts holding it in. Wiggles around a bit. It's on some brackets. I was able to pull it out towards the front, so let's take it over the bench, see what we see. Okay, here we are. And you can see it's got plenty of leaking. Okay, now the new one, assuming this is still going to fit, though, these holes line up correctly in the spacing, so I think that's about right. Size looks about right. What's different is, you see how that has one edge like that, and one flat? This one has, I think these edges in there, they seem to be metal, so I think I just have to bend these out with a with a screwdriver and a pair of vice grips, and then it'll separate. So that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, so bending that out with a screwdriver is fine, and now you can see it's moving around. So I'll just bend this one, and then theoretically it'll slide right out of there. Alright, there we have old and new. Okay, I slid that guy in right there. Bent this a little bit with a pair of pliers just to get it started. And now I'm going to hammer it down nice and flat. I was going to use my vise, but the vise was pushing on this guy and making it weird, and it was changing the position. I didn't like that, so I'm just going to use a hammer. Bend it down. It's not real heavy metal. Heavy enough, but not crazy. Okay, that's what it looks like after full hammering. Just a quick notation that when you put this in, just make sure that those holes, this is the part that's closest to the firewall. If you put this in wrong, it won't line up and you'll know, but just because you might have lost your orientation working with it, this, which is not centered, goes towards the back of the motor. Okay, so now I'm going to put it back in. If you have to lower the engine a tiny bit just to get a little bit more space, that's fine. Make sure you get these guys locked in there good. Then I'm jacking it up with my feet. And we're good to go. Now just put the two screws and the two nuts. You're done. Simple, easy peasy. One quick note, if you find that when you're trying to put the bolts back in there, if it's not quite lined up, just put a pry bar. Remember, you can jack the engine up a tiny bit, take some load off of it, and just use a pry bar. Do not pry on anything like this air conditioner line. I actually am prying between that little body lip there. Anyway, pry, you move it around, get it lined up. You'll be fine.